Welcome to the Explainer. All right, today we are zeroing in on a super important part of the NATI interpreting test, your delivery. You know, it's not just about getting the words right. It's about how you sound, that professional polish. So, let's jump right in.
So, the big question, does how you speak matter as much as what you say? And the answer is a huge yes. I mean, your delivery, how smooth, how confident, how in control you sound, that can literally be the thing that separates a pass from a fail. It's like your accurate translation is the masterpiece, but your delivery is the beautiful frame that makes everyone see its value.
Okay, so this brings us to what I call the delivery challenge. Look, the test is designed to check both your accuracy and your fluency. It's so easy to get totally focused on just finding the perfect word, but that's really only half the battle. We're going to look at some of the most common delivery pitfalls that can trip up even really prepared candidates.
All right, Section 1. Keep languages separate. Let's kick things off with the most basic, most fundamental rule of them all. Seriously, this is the bedrock of professional interpreting. You have got to keep a clean, sharp separation between your languages. This is a total non-negotiable.
And believe me, this is the #1 mistake, and it's something an examiner will spot in a heartbeat. When you mix languages in the same sentence or thought, it just doesn't sound very professional. But more than that, it actually makes it harder for the listener. They have to work to process 2 languages at once, and that can lead to confusion, and it's definitely going to cost you points. Your job is to be a crystal clear bridge, right? Not a tangled up knot.
Okay, take a look at this. It's a perfect example. It is so tempting to just throw in a word like manager if that's what comes to mind first. But you've got to fight that urge. You absolutely have to find the proper equivalent in the target language, like chef or whatever the right term is. Every single word has to be fully translated.
You know, there's actually a technical name for this. It's called code mixing. And look, in a casual chat with a bilingual friend, it's totally normal. We all do it. But in the NAATI test, nope. Your goal is to get rid of it completely. It really is all about showing that you have strict linguistic discipline.
Okay, moving on to Section 2, mastering your flow. So once you've got that language separation down pat, the next big challenge is making sure your delivery is smooth and uninterrupted. This is where you can really start to shine and show the examiner what you've got.
And these right here, these are the 3 biggest enemies of a good flow. I like to think of them as potholes on the communication highway. They just make the ride bumpy and make you sound hesitant, maybe even a little unprofessional. So let's break down how we can avoid them.
First up, pauses. Now, let's be super clear here. Nobody expects you to be a robot. Taking a short, natural pause to collect your thoughts, that is totally okay. It's when that pause starts to stretch out into a long, awkward silence, that's when you lose the listener's focus. You just kill the momentum. The trick is to keep it brief and purposeful.
Then we have false starts. Oh man, we've all done this, right? You jump in to speak, then realize you've started on the wrong foot, and you go, the client wanted to, so what's the fix? It's simple. Just take that short, silent pause before you open your mouth. A quick moment of thought is always better than a confusing start and stop.
And this quote really nails the best strategy when you're hesitating. When you need that split second to think, fight the urge to fill the space with ah, or you know. A clean, quiet moment is always going to sound more confident than a filler word. Just remember this, silence makes it seem like you're thinking, but fillers make it seem like you're struggling.
All right, Section 3 is all about handling mistakes gracefully. And let's be real for a second. Mistakes are going to happen. They happen to the most experienced professionals out there, so they'll probably happen during your test. But here's the secret. What really defines your performance isn't the mistake itself, it's how you recover from it.
So here's a super simple 3-step plan to fix any error while staying completely in control. First, you just acknowledge it. Second, you correct it concisely. And third, and this is the most important part, you move on. Don't get stuck on it. Just moving on quickly and confidently shows that examiner that you can handle the pressure.
So what does this look like in the real world? Well, you want to avoid big apologies like, oh, I'm so sorry, I totally got that wrong. All that does is put a giant spotlight on the mistake. Instead, a quick, clean correction like, correction, I meant to say, or perdón, quise decir, is so much more efficient and professional. It just keeps everything flowing.
Okay, we're at our final section, your path to success. Let's pull everything we've talked about together into a really clear action plan. This is how you can structure your practice to build not just the skills, but also the right mindset for test day.
So, here are the big takeaways.
You really want to make these 4 things the focus of your practice sessions. See how they all connect? When you really nail the terminology, you hesitate less. When you practice that seamless language separation, you build fluency. And when you train yourself to stay calm while fixing a mistake, you're showing the examiner that you have the professional composure they're looking for. It all works together.
And in the end, that's what this is all about. The question is confidence that final piece of the puzzle for you? Because when you start applying these techniques every single time you practice, you're not just memorizing a bunch of rules. What you're really doing is building that muscle memory. And with it, the genuine confidence you need to walk into that test and absolutely nail it. You can totally do this.